Damn, Fairy Tail, why you making this so hard for the haters to hate right now? Like, yet again, fucking amazing chapter of Fairy Tail for a setup chapter. Honestly, this was a very great way to set things up. And, I mean, Hiro, yet again, is just doing a fucking fantastic job at closing in on the ending, because I do think that whether it be a long saga like the fourth Great Shinobi War where it's like 3 to 5 years of content or whatever, or it's gonna be chopped up a little bit, but I think we're gonna go into a long stretch for the final battle, because we're constantly seeing Acton Logia, Zerov, and this chapter we see the 12 Spriggans. Like, I think we're gonna go into a big ass war right now, and I'm fucking excited as a motherfucker. The one big thing about this chapter is I think it's really heavily hinting at this point, like I said last week, that Serena is Makarov's father. Because when Makarov was going down the list of the Spriggans that he does know, from 12 of them, he was like, he's a shameful man, and you know, he kind of had like this look or whatever. We already had some suspicions of who he might be based on his look and everything, but when Zeref was talking to him and he said, would you be able to demolish your homeland? Bingo, homeland. Makarov saying he's a shameful man. I don't know if he found some way to have eternal youth, because I mean, look, Makarov is old as fuck, meanwhile this dude looks like he's still very young. Something there happened or whatever to freeze his body in some sort of suspended animation, so to speak, so that way he would look young. Maybe he was frozen somewhere or something happened, and then he woke up and he had no idea who he was. Maybe he knew a little bit of his information but went crazy, or again, it could be just a total revenge plot saying fuck everything. Whatever the case may be, I think it was heavily hinting in this chapter yet again that is Makarov's Poppy. I'm glad Azure got his size back, but yeah, Miss Brandish is a fucking beast. I love how she really doesn't give a fuck about anything, but you give her a command and she's going to do it. It's like, I don't really care, but alright, if you tell me to do it, I'm gonna do it. It's, I guess in a weird way, like, if I made a comparison to a character you guys might know, like a Shikamaru, like, troublesome, but gonna do it anyway, except she's like a total diva about it, and she has this motherfucker, like, she's such a boss. I'm really liking Miss Brandon. She got Azure painting her toenails so that he could get his size back. Like, come on. Now, the big mystery of Natsu's arm technique. For starters, what we know about it thus far is it's a one-time thing. He can only use it once. So whether it's that it turns into a dragon wing, or it's some sort of black magic that is infused in his arm that he can only use it one time because it just immediately goes away. Whatever the case may be, it's a one-shot deal. And you got to think for a second, okay, Natsu is going to use this based on what he has seen Zeref do before, so it can't be anything like too out of this world, because he's going to use it to counteract something that he knows about Zeref. What does he know about Zeref? He knows about his curse magic, and he's seen it firsthand, so it has to be something to do with that, whether it's just reverse curse magic, or again, it's something to do with his dad, Igneel. Maybe he learned a trick to make his arm into like Igneel, something along the lines of that. Whatever the case may be, it's sick as fuck, and you gotta think it has to be something that he knows will counteract against Zeref, or it could be something connected to Igneel, because at the end of the day, Igneel was the beast that, you know, slayed motherfuckers back in the day. I think it's safe to say that War Maiden Demaria is going to be the one to fight Erza. She's a combat specialist, she's like, you know, a war general, and even when they were talking or whatever, they basically said like, oh yeah, so she's just like Erza, which I think is huge, hinting that she's gonna fight Erza. I'm just scared because almost every Erza fight has been that she absolutely comes out with some BS. Hopefully when this fight goes down, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be War Maiden Demaria versus Erza, that Erza kicks her ass the right way this time, or barely kicks her ass but does it the right way. No, my friends, I can't hear, see, feel, touch, taste, whatever, but yeah, I'm gonna win. Like, no, let's get a clear, straight up battle, and hopefully it's done right this time. No more friendship. Now, this Mage King August that knows more spells than probably even Zeref himself, I'm kind of wondering who it would be. I mean, at the end of the day, one thing I want to see, though, at some given point is Gildarts, please return. And, I mean, if this dude is one of the big beasts out there, I mean, granted, he's not the strongest, because apparently Serena is, for the most part, except maybe Zeref. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, maybe Gildarts will come in, or if it's going to be Makarov or something, maybe a combination of a couple different people, because if this dude again knows mad magic, it's going to take somebody that is really fucking skilled. And I mean, Gildarts isn't the most magical motherfucker, but he's a beast, so maybe he can out fucking box the motherfucker while he's doing spells. Gildarts will come and beat the living shit out of him. But I'm hoping that at some given point, I know this is random going from, you know, August to Gildarts, but bring Gildarts back in, and this guy that he knows all these magical spells, maybe Makarov will have to be somewhat involved in that particular battle, because if the dude knows all these tricks, like, Fairy Tail nobody really is that talented at knowing many different vast magical spells or whatever. I mean, it's gonna take a combination of people to fight this motherfucker. That nasty looking Waru dude, when he was talking about, oh, if it's about lovers, blah blah blah, I don't know why it came to my mind, but I think it could be some sort of clue, even though he was referencing Mavis and Zeref. I think maybe he might fight either Levi or Gajeel, because he was talking about lovers, and it could be a very small hint of, you know, what Hiro's saying. Then he's gonna fight Gajeel, or when he fights Levi, Gajeel's gonna jump in, or vice versa. I could see something like that, and again, he's some nasty motherfucker, so it kind of works. And I mean, at the end of the chapter, you got this motherfucker Acnologia ready to go, going into his dragon mode, one arm. I just hope, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, the dragons are in a class of their own. Nobody can fuck with them. Acnologia has been the beast of all beasts. He's the one that fucked up the future for everybody in, you know, the other timeline or whatever. I'm hoping that he's not outnumbered, though, because, I mean, you think about it. You have Zeref and the entire Alvarez Empire, and then you have Natsu and all of the Fairy Tail Friendship motherfuckers. How is this one beast-ass motherfucker gonna be able to take on all of these people in this three-way war? I mean, it really looks like it's gonna be a three-way war, and I don't know exactly what part Acnologia is gonna play, if he's just gonna come at the end and start slaying the last remaining people, or what, but, like, it's kind of making me wonder. And when him saying that his left arm is tingling, does it mean that possibly he has some sort of new magic from when Igneel hit him? Was he just saying that as like some beastly shit, like, yo, I'm ready for war? Which I could very well see that happening, because Acnologia just looks like such a fucking monster, an animal, no pun intended. Either way, just, again, a great fucking setup chapter with so many different things going on. A lot of hints of who's gonna fight, Natsu's new technique, Acnologia ready to go, the whole mystery of setting up possibly being Makarov's father. Just, I mean, the Spriegans is looking pretty sick. I'm just really hoping that they don't get, you know, friendship owned or whatever. It could happen, but let's hope for the best. And honestly, again, a great setup chapter for Fairy Tail. It's rare that setup chapters get great, but it was just really great. 9 out of 10 for this bad boy. Really fucking loved it, and I thought it just really set things up in such a major and grand way for this three-way war. But let me know what you guys think. First of all, what is Natsu's technique? Why is it a one-shot deal only? What could it possibly be linked to that he knows of Zeref thus far? Also, is it indeed pretty much almost huge confirmation at this point that that's Makarov's father? What do you think about the new Spriegans? Do you think that indeed some of these are actually going to be the correct fights? I mean, Demaria seems as though it's almost definitely going to be her versus Erza. And how is Acnologia going to be able to be one motherfucker? Again, I know he's strong as hell, but one versus an empire and a whole other army of motherfuckers. Like, how is he gonna do it? And your overall thoughts of the chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you can do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm from Neverworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.